legs crossed, back straight, eyes closed, breathing in through our noses and out through our mouths. Feeling the power of you controlling your breathing. Knowing, remembering, it's the same power we use to control our thinking. Now use that power. Use your determination to see in your mind today your best effort in all the exercises, stretches, movements we do here together. See it in your mind right now. See yourself doing the best you can, giving the best effort you've ever done for anything. Maybe you want to visualize the last time we did these exercises and stretches together. Go there and think right now about what you could do better or differently this time. It's the same process we use to grow our minds and grow the strength and health of our bodies and energy.
Magic System, Red One, Shaoki. Comme d'habitude on est calé, comme toujours ça va aller. On te met l'ambiance à gogo, tous ensemble on fait le show.
On t'invite à la magie, y a pas de raccourci. Oublie tes soucis, c'est bien faire la folie.
On t'invite à la magie, y a pas de raccourci. Oublie tes soucis. Oh, 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 oh. C'est pas seulement pour les bobos, nous on vient d'Anou Mambo. Mon ami, si tu as le niveau, rejoins-nous pour t'enjailler.
On t'invite à la magie, y a pas de raccourci. Oublie tes soucis, et viens faire la folie.
On t'invite à la magie, y a pas de raccourci. Oublie tes soucis. Oh, 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 oh. Magic System.
Toujours nous.
Ah, ça change pas.
Ah ouais.
Ah, Shaoki avec Red One. Est-ce que ça marche? Ça va pas. On vient du ghetto pour aller plus haut.
los titulares que con todo el morro se han quedado de vacaciones porque no querían pegarse el viaje, ir a Argentina, etcétera. ¿Tendría un resultado mejor? No.
Ojo Argentina, perdona Petón, el disparo y gol. Ahí está Leo Messi.
Good morning, guys. Where does it all begin? Where does activating the full power and control of our mind begin? Well, as I learned today from Maya Angelou, and I'm reminded by all the great thinkers and all the wonderful people in my life, it all begins with loving yourself. That is where it all starts. You're the thing, you're the energy, you're the spirit that begins the path of your true greatness. So let's work hard on this one thing today. Let's really look for reasons. In fact, when this video is over, write down some reasons why you love yourself. And there will be endless things, but it may be difficult at first because we may not think of ourselves that way. Some of us have limiting beliefs, like it's selfish to love ourselves, or it might be egotistical or narcissistic or negative things. Loving yourself is absolutely essential. Otherwise, everything stops. So love yourself all day long today. Have a great morning, everyone.
Let's start with spiritual health. And my number one thing that I do with you all as soon as we start is spiritual hygiene, and that's breath work. It doesn't matter what religion you believe in. If you believe in religion or spirituality, it doesn't matter. But the first thing is your breath. The breath is the free tool we have to regulate our nervous system. And with all this stress and uncertainty and fear, if we don't pay attention to our nervous system and how to regulate it, we're missing a free asset that can take our health and wellness to the next level. So let's talk about it a little bit. Let's break down the breath. So when it comes to our nervous system, we have the sympathetic and the parasympathetic. So the sympathetic is when we need that energy in the morning. We want to be revved up. We need to go get stuff done. We're in the sympathetic. Parasympathetic is when we're relaxing. It helps us rest and digest and just be calm. And so our bodies can relax and recover. Well, most of us are in the sympathetic, are really taxing our sympathetic nervous system because we're in the sympathetic all the time. From the moment we wake up, we get that coffee, we get that energy, we're go, go, go. We're stimulated by our phones all day. And then when we go to sleep, we're still stimulated. And that's why a lot of us can't get to sleep. So I'm going to give you a practice because some people are the opposite. And some people are like, I'm tired. I have no energy. I can't start my day without a stimulant. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go into what's called the breath of fire. As most of you all know, I teach yoga, and this is a practice that I learned during my yoga teacher training to help regulate and energize the body. So if you're weaning yourself off energy drinks, you're weaning yourself off coffee, or you just want to take a little less, I want you to try this energy breath regardless, but notice how it stimulates you before you needing an outside stimulus. So what you're going to do now, if you just had a big meal, I want you to go really light on this or just watch and do it later. Otherwise, if your stomach is not feeling bloated or feel like there's some space, you can do it now. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 25 breaths. You can do it through the nose or through the mouth. I'm going to show you both, and you're just going to blow out. It sounds like this. And what I'm doing as I exhale is I'm pulling my navel into the spine. And it's called the breath of fire because it brings fire into your belly, your gut. This increases your metabolism. It improves your digestion. So if you have digestion or gut things going on, this can be very beneficial. So we're going to do 25 breaths, or you could do it through your nose. And I'm not worrying about the inhale. The inhale is passive. It's going to happen on its own. I'm just exhaling. And it's called the breath of fire. Okay, so we're going to do 5 of those. Ready? And with me, start the breath. And then slowly relax, gently close your eyes, take a deep inhale through the nose. And exhale, sigh it out. Notice how your body feels. Notice if you feel any tingles, any slight stimulation. And if you're hot, this probably made you a little bit hotter. If you're cold, it made you warmer, but just notice how you feel in your body. And then slowly blink your eyes open. And now let's try the opposite one. So if you did the nose, do the mouth. If you did the mouth, try the nose. I'm just getting over clearing up my sinuses over the weekend, so my nose is a bit congested, but I'm still gonna do the breath because it also helps you clear your sinuses at the same time. Okay, we're gonna do 25 more. Ready? And begin. Then deep inhale, exhale, sigh it out. I invite you to close your eyes or gaze gently at the ground as you feel how that activates your body. Just breathing normally now, relaxing your shoulders away from your ears, lifting your heart. With the eyes closed, looking to the left and to the right, releasing some tension behind the eyes. And then coming back to center. Okay, so you can do that if you're falling asleep at work, or if you're like, okay, I gotta be up to read my child this last book before bedtime. You can use the breath of fire anytime you need energy. Maybe you don't have time to go grab anything, you're hungry, or if you have a problem with your digestion, 30 minutes before you eat, try the breath of fire and see how it works. So I'm excited. If it was your first time hearing about the breath of fire, let me know in the chat. I know a lot of people have heard of it or haven't done it in different ways. But if you use it, it can be a beautiful tool that you can use your entire life, and it's absolutely free. Now we're going to do something called the circle breathing. Now the circle breathing is going to stimulate their parasympathetic nervous system. Got all these slips of the tongue today. And so the parasympathetic nervous system is going to help you rest and digest. So this is good if you need a break, you want to go on break. This is good right before you go to bed to get a deeper sleep. So this is something you're going to do. And if you get in an argument or if you have anxiety at work, you do the circle breathing and you'll notice, I feel so much better. I feel so much better. I can breathe. Okay, so we're going to try that. Now this breath is called the circle breath. It's going to go in through your nose and you're going to exhale through your mouth. And it sounds like this. And I want an audible sigh. Inhale through the nose. Audible sigh. Inhale through the nose. Audible sigh. You want to do 10 breaths just like that. Inhale. Count of 5 in. Count of 7 out. Five in. 7 out. Five in, 7 out. Then now close your eyes and relax. I don't know about you, but I feel even calmer now. Just feel how it creates this sense of calm. Again, it triggers your parasympathetic nervous system saying, we're okay. There's no fires. Life is good. I can relax. And slowly blink your eyes open. So this is really beautiful thing to do before you do meditation, before you sleep. Also, if you find yourself revved out and sometimes you have anxiety and you can't eat, you can do the circle breath and all of a sudden you can feel calm enough so that you can eat. Because if you try to eat when you're having a lot of anxiety, it can actually negatively affect your digestion as well. And so doing this breath, the circle breath, can help really calm you down, get your stress levels down so that you can communicate, so that you can eat, and so that you can sleep. When you do those things, eating, sleeping, and communicating, we just did conflict resolution last month, you want to make sure you're in your parasympathetic. You want to make sure you're not stimulated and you brought yourself to an equanimous state is what we call it in yoga. You just have this equal state of, okay, I'm not too revved up and I'm also not sleepy yet.
Gonna do the two-step, then cowboy boogie. Grab a sweetheart and spin out with him. Do the hold down and get into it. Take it to the left now and dip with it. Don't throw down, take a sip with it. Now lean back, put your hips in it. Let's have some fun. To the left now. To the right. Now take your left hand and put it on your side. Gon' roll your shoulders, do the slip and slide. This next part's my favorite part, cause it's time to shine. Gonna do the two-step, then cowboy boogie. Grab a sweetheart and spin out with him. Do the hold down and get into it. Take it to the left now and dip with it. Don't throw down, take a sip with it. Now lean back, put your hips in it. It's simple, you can do it. Slide to the left, slide to the right. Now cool down, have a good time. Slide to the left, slide to the right. Do the butterfly, have a good time. Round, round, round and round you go. It's time to show out right now and take to the floor. Gonna do the two-step, then cowboy boogie. Grab a sweetheart and spin out with him. Do the hold down and get into it. Take it to the left now. Don't throw down, take a sip with it. Now lean back, put your hips in it. Take it down now, take it down now. Take it down now, take it down now. Bring it up now, bring it up now. Bring it up now, bring it up now. Take it down and crisscross. Bring it up now, crisscross. Do whatever you like right here. Just have fun. Gonna do the two-step, then cowboy boogie. Grab a sweetheart and spin out with him. Do the hold down and get into it. Take it to the left now and dip with it. Don't throw down, take a sip with it. Now lean back, put your hips in it. That was not so bad. That was not so bad, was it? That was not so bad. That was not so bad, was it? That was not so bad. That was not so bad, was it? That was not so bad. That was not so bad, was it? Gonna do the two-step, then cowboy boogie. Grab a sweetheart and spin out with him. Do the hold down and get into it. Take it to the left now and dip with it. Don't throw down, take a sip with it. Now lean back, put your hips in it. Yeah.
Is Messi, and still Messi, and Messi still, and Lionel Messi, oh wow, you can't hold him back.
Good afternoon, guys. How's it going today? Are you working hard on loving yourself? Loving yourself is the most important thing, but for many of us it's hard to do. We may have allowed all our limiting beliefs and all the negative things that have happened or are happening today to keep us down from loving ourselves. Well, this is where your belief and your power to believe in your determination, your spirit of never giving up on that steps in. Right now, if you are having challenges, struggles in loving yourself, stop right now and remember, you have to believe that it is possible for you to change your thinking. So do it right now. Wherever you are, whatever you're going through, stop right now and again, go back at it again. Give yourself one reason to love yourself. the fact that you're even here right now, breathing, watching, trying to get better, that's a reason to love yourself. Have a great afternoon, everyone.
Because one of the things that helped me really revolutionize my life, age 25, was learning how to set goals. Decide what you want, write it down, start checking them off. Where do you want to go? Make that list. Go for the discipline because it weighs ounces. The regret weighs tons because it can accumulate. Work harder on yourself than you do on your job. If you work hard on your job, you can make a living. If you work hard on yourself, you can make a fortune.
There's a principle I learned. I say that all of success is combinations and recipes and formulas. A combination is like a combination lock. If you have the 3 numbers and you turn the numbers in sequence, the lock opens. I say success is just like a combination lock, but with more numbers. So just find out the numbers, turn to the numbers in the proper sequence, and it opens for you. So within a year, I'd gone from living in a boarding house to having apartments in 3 cities to flying on jets. I mean, it was just unbelievable. And we've gone literally from 24 to 25. Why? Just because I learned.
Get ready for a powerhouse of wisdom as we bring you a compilation of exclusive interviews with some of the most influential minds in personal development and success. In this special video made possible by Chris Widener, you'll gain access to the collective wisdom of remarkable individuals who have shaped the landscape of personal and professional growth. With a wealth of experience and accomplishments, each interview unveils unique perspective and time-tested strategies for achieving success in your life and career. Enjoy.
My guest today is Jim Rohn. Jim has been hailed over the years as one of the most influential thinkers of our time and considered to be America's foremost business philosopher. He has been sharing his success philosophies for over 40 years to over 4 million people worldwide. Jim Rohn has helped motivate and train an entire generation of personal development trainers, as well as hundreds of executives from America's top corporations. He is a master motivator, author, and a living legend. Welcome, Jim.
Wow, Chris, thank you very much.
Yeah, good to have you here.
I'll take you with me around the world. Just to introduce me.
Yeah. So I want to ask you, we were talking as we did the run-through for the promo there about being a living legend, and you really are. I mean, you have had an incredible life, an exceptional life, where you've been able to influence so many people. How do you go from the kid that you started out to, where you're at now, speaking all over the world? How do you get started in that?
Well, part of it is living long enough to have a chance to be a legend, right?
There you go.
And I just celebrated birthday number 75. But 25 years old, I'm living in Idaho, where I was born and raised. And, I'm married. I've got a little family started and struggling to pay my bills, but, working hard and doing the best I can. And then you've heard the story. I get this knock on the door, and there's a little Girl Scout selling Girl Scout cookies. And she gives me this incredible presentation. Girl Scouts, best organization in the world. Everybody wants to support the Girl Scouts. We've got these cookies, only $2. And she very politely asked me to buy. No problem. I wanted to buy. Big problem. I didn't have $2 in my pocket. And I'm not destitute, but my pockets are empty. I'm a grown man. I'm 25 years old. I've been to 1 year of college. I got a little family going. I live in America, and I don't have the $2 in my pocket. And I didn't want to tell her that, so I did what I thought was next best. I lied to her. And I said, hey, look, I've already bought lots of Girl Scout cookies. We've still got plenty in the house we haven't eaten yet. She said, oh, that's wonderful. Thank you very much. And she leaves. When she leaves, I say to myself, I don't want to live like this anymore. I mean, how low can you get lying to a Girl Scout right
Exactly.
now? So that was one of those days I call the day that turns your life around.
Yeah.
When I really made the commitment, I must start a search for finding ways to do better. I always wanted to, but I just hadn't found the person or the ways. Shortly after that, I found someone who became my mentor over a 5-year period after that, between ages 25 and 30, 31. What he taught me made me a millionaire, entrepreneur, changed my life, refined my philosophy, helped me develop skills and disciplines that I didn't have before. Totally revolutionized my life over that 5-year period. And that was the beginning of my change of mind and circumstances. And then that led to where I am today.
I wonder how many people have that dramatic moment like you did. You shut that door and you went, I just lied to a Girl Scout person. Some people could have just said, well, I had to do what I had to do. Other people like yourself say, never again.
Yeah, you don't know. I call it the mystery and the magic. Why one experience affects a person one way and another person passes it off and doesn't let it change their life for the better. Or they might not do it now, and maybe later something else will happen, and that'll be the moment. You just don't know. As you know, lecturing, giving seminars, teaching, training, you know, why some people pick it up, do something with it, change their lives, and others don't.
I remember at the 2004 weekend leadership event, we had someone come back who had been to the 2001, and they were in real estate, and they had bought some outrageous amount of real estate, you know, $50 million in the last, because they walked out of the last one and said, and then another guy was there, and he said, I was at the same one, but he went out and did it, and I didn't. Well, he was back for 2004. He said, in 2007, he said, I'm coming back, and I will have built my fortune.
That's part of the mystery. You know, I've written how many books now? 5 or 6, and I should have written 26. So what happened to those other 20 books? That's the mystery. You know, the magic is the 6, and the mystery is the 20 that are missing. So we're a bit of a mystery to ourselves, right?
Yeah, sure.
I should have, but I didn't. You know, I had the skills, but I didn't put them to work. So we all have a bit of that. But then the things we do that sort of dramatically change our life, that's the magic. That's the power. Part of it is the law of averages. You know, I tell this little Bible story about the sower went out to sow the seed, and he was highly ambitious and he had good seed, but the first part of the seed that he sowed, the birds got. And then the next, he keeps going, and the next seed falls on stony ground where the soil is shallow. And the little plant starts to grow, and the first hot day it withers and dies. So he keeps on going. The next seed that he sowed fell on thorny ground. The little plant starts to grow, and then the thorns choke it to death. And it called the thorns little cares, little things that keep people from doing the bigger things. And then finally, he keeps on sowing, and the seed falls finally on good ground. But then the good ground was a bit of an interesting idea, that some of it produced 30%, some of it produced 60, and some of it produced 100. So it's the full range from the birds getting some and the hot weather and the thorns to the good ground, even though good ground has a variety of 30, 60, 100. So when I started out lecturing, I wondered why I couldn't get everybody to do the 100%. Then I found out, you know, this is not to be, you know. So that when I say to John, you should have been at the meeting last night, and he said, well, hey, the screen door came off the hinges, I had to fix and do some repairs. And so I say, now I understand that some people are going to let little things cheat them out of doing better things. But maybe that'll change. You know, a week from now, somebody wakes up and has an experience like I did with the Girl Scout, and everything changes. So the door usually is always open, unless somebody totally resists the idea of self-improvement. But I think there's enough experiences along the way to prod us and push us a little bit. Or we hear a testimonial, or read a book, or somebody buys us a ticket and we go to a seminar, and we're never the same again. You share an idea with someone, 2 people, one of them says, I see it, and the other one says, it isn't clear to me. You say, why not? It's perfectly clear when you shared it.
Why can't you see what I see?
Yeah, true. How come you don't feel like I feel? So you have to allow for that. And then we have to allow for it happening even in our own experience, like me with the missing books. I should have, and I didn't. I let it go, and I should have picked it up. So I guess the key is to do the best we can, and the key is to keep learning from every experience possible.
I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more.
I got the horses in the back, horse stock is attached. Head is matted black, got the bushes black to match. Riding on a horse, ha, you can whip your Porsche. I've been in the valley, you ain't been up off that porch. Now, can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. Can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. Riding on a tractor, lean all in my bladder. Cheated on my baby, you can go and ask her. My life is a movie, but riding them. Cowboy hat from Gucci, Wrangler on my. Can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. Can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. Yeah, I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more.
Hat down, cross town, living like a rock star. Spend a lot of money on my brand new guitar. Baby's got a habit, diamond rings and Fendi sports bras. Riding down Rodeo in my Maserati sports car. Got no stress, I've been through all that. I'm like a Marlboro man, so I keep going back. Wish I could roll on back to that old town road. I wanna ride till I can't no more. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more.
Messi chests it down for Piqué. Back to Lionel Messi. Yes. Sanchez, the new.
Good evening, guys. How did it go today? How did the most important thing in the world that you can do go today? Did you find reasons to love yourself? Are you doing it right now? Well, it's absolutely essential as we continue on our path to developing mind wealth. And I want to share with you a personal story. I want you to remember that what I'm doing right now, I could have been doing a long time ago, and many great thinkers will attest. Even my hero, Les Brown, says he could have been doing what he's doing today many, many years ago if he loved himself and believed in himself enough that he could do it. And same goes with me. I am not even close to reaching my full potential, and neither are you, and we're never going to be. But we got to love that path. We got to love being on it, and we got to continue to love ourselves. Find reasons for it. I continue to do it every day, and every day, the greatest thing I love myself for is that I'm showing courage and determination. So let's do it together. Have a great evening, everyone.
Nelson Mandela is a very important leader because different leaders are viewed differently depending on where you go. But Nelson Mandela is universally regarded as a great leader. And he was asked by a journalist once, how did you learn to be a great leader? And he told the story of when he was a boy. He was actually the son of a tribal chief. And he said he remembered going to tribal meetings with his father. And he remembers two things. One, they always sat in a circle. And two, his father was always the last to speak. And if you think about it, even well-intentioned leaders, we come in and we sit at the head of the table and we say to the team, okay, here's the problem we have. This is what I think we should do, but I want to know what you think. Too late. Or you've made people feel like their opinion doesn't matter. As opposed to sitting down and saying, here's the problem, I want to know what you think. And then being good at having a poker face. You can ask questions, but not giving away if you agree or disagree. And at the end, you can have the exact same opinion as you came in with. But two things happen. A, you actually get the benefit of more input. So you actually may change your point of view. And other people feel like they could contribute. They feel like they were contributing because they were. So yeah, it is a fantastic practice to literally practice being the last to speak.
Need motivation?
Watch a top 10 with Belief Nation.
Hey, it's Evan Carmichael, and I make these videos because as a young entrepreneur, I struggled to keep my business going. I had no friends, I had no mentors, I had no role models. And the thing that saved me was learning from the success stories of famous entrepreneurs And in their stories, I got motivation, and I also got strategies for what I could do to grow my business and not stay stuck. And I still need their stories for motivation today. So today, let's learn from one of the best, Simon Sinek, and my take on his top 10 rules of success. Enjoy. Rule number 2 is learn to adapt.
So every time there's been new technology, we have adapted and changed, of course. I remember, this is going to date me now, but I used to have like a mind like a steel trap for phone numbers. I knew everybody's phone numbers. I knew 10, 50, 100 phone numbers, like family, friends. I just knew all phone numbers. And then for my birthday, I got a Casio digital diary with 2K of memory. And I was able to put all my phone numbers in there. Now, I know my phone number and I know my sister's phone number, and that's it. I don't even know my best friend's phone number. I just type in their names in my phone. My mind literally doesn't work that way anymore because the technology did the work for me. And my brain said, fine, screw you. You got the technology, you don't need me. So yes, of course, there are going to be adaptations. You know, the Iliad, for example, was a book that we read in high school or college that's this big. That was handed down by storytelling over generations until we figured out the printing press. And now we can't remember stories that long. We just can't do it. So will our minds adjust thanks to AI and ChatGPT? Of course. For better and for worse, yes, we will adapt.
Rule number 3 is understand the game.
Understanding the game we're playing. This game called work, or life, or love, or whichever one you want, or all of them. In game theory, there are two kinds of games. There are finite games, and there are infinite games. A finite game is defined as known players, fixed rules, and an agreed-upon objective. Baseball. We all agree what the rules are, and at the end of 9 innings, whoever has more runs, we declare the winner, and the game is over. No one ever says, wait, if we can just play 3 more innings, I know we can come back and win. Doesn't happen, right? You have winners and you have losers, right? Then there's an infinite game. An infinite game is defined as known and unknown players. The rules are changeable, and the objective is to keep the game in play, to perpetuate the game. When you pit a finite player versus a finite player, the system is stable. Baseball is stable. When you pit an infinite player versus an infinite player, the system is also stable. The Cold War was stable because there can be no winners and losers. It doesn't exist. That's not a scenario we want. And so you keep the game in play to keep it stable. And in an infinite game, because there are no winners or losers, what happens is players drop out when they run out of the will or the resources to play. And then they're replaced by other players. The game perpetuates. The players change out. Problems arise when you pit a finite player versus an infinite player, because the finite player is playing to win, and the infinite player is playing to stay in the game. And the finite player will always get frustrated. They will find themselves in quagmire. This was the United States and Vietnam. We were fighting to win. They were fighting for their lives. This was the Soviet Union in Afghanistan. They were fighting to beat the Mujahideen. The Mujahideen would fight for as long as was necessary. Now, let's look at the game of business. The game of business is, by its very definition, an infinite game. It has pre-existed before every single company on this planet ever existed, and it will outlast every single company on this planet. But if you listen to the words of most companies, they don't know the game they're in. You listen to companies, they want to be number one. Based on what metrics? Based on what time frames? Revenues? Market share? Square footage? Number of employees? Based on a quarter, a year, 5 years, 10 years, 50 years? I didn't agree to those standards. You can't suddenly just arbitrarily say we're number one. No one else agreed to the standards. It's nonsense to beat our competition. Based on what? And they study their competition, trying to outdo their competition. And yet I've never heard of a company that's taken down by the competitors they know. They're always taken down by the competitors they don't know. Do you think MySpace knew that Facebook existed? They were worried about Friendster. You can't make strategic decisions from studying your competition. You can make tactical decisions from studying your competition, but not strategic decisions. But when you listen to the way most companies play the game, they're in the wrong game. That's why they get frustrated. The great organizations understand that they're playing to stay in the game.
Rule number 4 is chase fulfillment.
Tell me how important it is for you and me and everybody in this audience to be happy leaders.
I don't like the term happiness. I like the term fulfillment. I like the term joy. You know, happiness to me is something that is fleeting, and you can have happiness because you win the piece of business, or you hit your numbers, or you go see a movie, and happiness is wonderful and it's great, and then it goes away. You know, it doesn't last. Where deep fulfillment, like love.
Meaning,
purpose, all of that kind of stuff.
Or you could say the why.
The why, yeah,
as it were.
But deep fulfillment, I think, is a much higher standard. Let me equate it to, like, you don't like your kids every day, but you love your kids every day. You know, it's that kind of thing.
This is true.
Yeah,
this is
true. And so,
deep truth, friend.
You don't have to be happy every day, but you can be fulfilled every day. You don't have to like your job every day, but you can love your job every day. And I think that people confuse the two. And people are seeking happiness in their work, and they're doing it through all the ways you would think they would do it in short-term things. So, like, you know, and you see it the way we lead young people too, which is we put in free food and bean bags and all these fun things at the office because we want to make our employees happy, and it absolutely works. It just doesn't make them fulfilled, and they still are unhappy and they still quit, or they still are unfulfilled and they still quit. And I think this is the problem. I think we've confused the terms because they're not the same. So I'm more interested in people finding deep fulfillment in their work, and I'm sure they will find happiness throughout that also.
Also, to make sure you're actually taking action after watching this video, I've designed a special free worksheet just for this video. The worksheet will highlight all of the lessons learned in this video, as well as pull out our 3 favorite learnings and quotes that will inspire you to actually do something. The worksheet will also give you space to write down what your key takeaways are and your specific plan of action to make sure you're getting results. If you want the worksheet designed specifically for this video, absolutely for free, there's a link in the description below. Go click on it and start building the momentum in your life and your business. I'll see you there. Rule number 5 is embrace vulnerability.
And here we are again. Legs crossed, back straight, eyes closed, deep breaths in through our noses and out through our mouths. The way we began. The way it all begins, always with our thoughts. Our powerful minds, which are always subject to our control, no matter how hard it's been to control them. We know the truth, don't we? We saw it today in our effort. We see it every day in life, in the gym of life. We know that we have the power to determine what thoughts we will act upon, and therefore we also have that power to determine what feelings we will allow to flow out and through us. Because our feelings are ultimately connected to our thinking. And if we control our breath with our thoughts, we can always control our thoughts and therefore our feelings. To learn and to grow and to be mind healthy and mind wealthy, peaceful, kind, loving, free and successful in whatever we do, wherever we are, no matter what.